I need to post. I keep forgetting to post it. I don't even know. There it is. Did have complained while we were live the other day about that I don't do anything on my Twitter. Like, oh. Okay. Grab the 2 little bottles in there. Hey, buddy!
Move.
Tweet, tweet.
Music.
It's cool, but I just take whatever G. I think it's funny to change it every week because he does at least one.
I just like not having to do as much. So I can do the same fucking thing. No matter what.
One, two, three, four, down to the VHS. VHS, out of the VHS.
Instead of link to video instead of link to the stream.
Oh.
Guess there's no one else.
I can send you the text that I posted.
I like the video.
Oh no, you didn't. I don't know how to do it. I used to do it all the time, but pushing all the time. How terrible it is.
There's certain things that was going on in the season that I've been doing for a while.
Mike's actually not been muted the whole time. Hi everybody.
Greetings.
We're talking over the intro this whole
hold
time.
on, I still need to tweet something.
This one's been a complete disaster at the start. So,
No,
so this is amazing.
I don't even have my hat on. Greetings and welcome to Obscure Tape Time, the show where we watch VHS in their entirety and invite you to suffer along with us. And now that we left the mic on and stuff, and
Right.
everyone knows
We've heard us
that I
talking
was
massive shit about all of you and how much we hate you all. And...
Yeah, I need my kombucha thing, 1%.
I look haggard as fuck right now.
No, chest head is a
Yeah, I don't care about that.
dad.
This is the I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah, should I? Oh no, mine's just points.
Oh no, are you alright?
No, I'm a
Bloody
little
hell.
bit dead.
This thing's so sweaty.
Sweaty? Yeah, fridge sweaty. I just got it out of the fridge. As in, I caught the train in last time you said, you're here too early, so I went to the market. and
I didn't
grabbed
say
some
that.
You didn't?
You said you were here too early.
Oh.
I'd never said, what the fuck are you doing here?
Oh, okay. That's how we won't play
That's how it happened.
it? Reality is boring.
You're accusing me of being a
I
bad
accuse
friend.
you of doing everything. I'm always accusing you of. That's my thing.
Oh, but I'm innocent.
It's a bit now. Anyway. What have you been up to the last week?
A whole lot.
Remember
Overdosed
you-
on wrestling on the weekend and
Overdosed? Yeah, I did that thing where I fell asleep again. Been
only
doing
the
that a
last
lot.
show, right? So
Well, yeah, but still. It's always kind of embarrassing when we're like, we've got the videos on and we're watching stuff and I just fall asleep.
it was like
I'm so old. I'm like,
wrestling that was.
I'm an old man. I sit it down and I watch sports and I fall asleep.
Oh,
What
go,
happened?
Go dog.
I turned into my grandpa.
We did AEW Dark. We did Dark Elevation, so that's like an hour and a half there. Then we did the Impact pay-per-view, which is like was 3.5 hours.
That was
Then-
a good rumble, but. Or was it a 4-on-4 tag team or
The tag
something?
was the tag, yeah. The tag, that was good. The main event. I enjoyed that.
I just say
and
rumble
then it
because
was
there's too many people.
then we watched Dynamite, AEW Dynamite. Then we watched AEW Rampage. No, we watched the actual Impact show straight after. So we watched Impact pay-per-view. Then we watched the Impact Weekly. Then we watched the 2 AEW weeklies, and then we watched MLW. Right?
I don't remember the last one.
That MLW was the last one. So
That is.
we watched it.
Welcome
Shit.
to Obscure Tape Time, the show where we talk about this week's wrestling.
Oh, that's kind of my week right there. Was watching all that wrestling in one day.
Yeah.
Did I do anything else? I don't even think I did.
I'm looking forward to it again this Saturday. It's not.
Well, it's a weekly thing. In the Discord, we watch a lot of wrestling.
Yeah, if anybody wants to come join the Discord and join in, voice or just not.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had a bit of a bad week.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Yeah. VHS wise, of course.
Oh, okay. Well,
Try to
let's-
keep it topic.
At least it's not, you know, the worst of the worst we're talking.
Oh no, these are complete first world. I don't need doing any of this stuff. But you know the video that said copy of St. Patrick's Day, it looked
Yeah.
like it was home tape. Well, it wasn't, it was just TV
That
recordings.
sucks.
Turns out my hard drive is full. So
That
it
also
got
sucks.
into about 2.5 hours of the tape. And I ran out of hard drive space, which corrupted the file. And then I wasn't there to watch it do that. At the end of the tape wasn't connected to the right spool. So it reeled its way back into the case, and I have to do VHS surgery on it now to get it out and do it again. And I thought, bugger that, I'll do it another day. It wasn't that interesting, but it was Western Australia ads, which were kind of cool, like little things. And aside from that, I backed up this week's football, and for some reason it froze halfway through. I had to redo it a couple of times. And that was annoying. I should have led with that, so the actual big one was a bunch of crap. But last week you did ask, oh, maybe we should put ballroom dancing to some metal and speed it up. And I'm like, that'll take 5 minutes. I did it in like 5 minutes, and I thought, it's not that interesting. So I threw it to our resident State of Normality VJ, Caution Repetitive, and he fixed it up a little bit. It's still not that interesting. I've got some little bit of work to do, but that's what I sent you. Yeah. For a little bit of fun.
The Geelong Waltz.
No, it's a long one. Did you have a backup of the hard drive? He never has backups. Ever. Also, what's
Backup?
up, Jamin? What's up, Buster?
Oh no, the hard drive. I don't have backups with anything.
The fire. I like the 90s fire set.
That's
churchy.
there you go. This bit is metal. The end. jittery. Method.
I heard more of the lyrics there than I can ever like. Yeah, it's probably re-recorded it. And it's backed up that ass. We all know Jam is packing, so.
Tell you what, you go working down at that factory for 6 days a week, you won't be.
It's the first time we've had Reborn on the show.
Probably.
My drives on my computer are called Balls Deep and what was the other one? Balls Deep and it's nice and soft.
I don't give my hard drives funny names. Is that a thing that I should do? Is that why my other ones died? Because they were bored?
Maybe. One way to find out is to give them interesting names so that they don't die. This is my favorite bit. It'll be the official film of it.
If you want. But I've got a few more things to do with it. I think something that it needs is just the word reborn kind of flashing over the top of it. I think that'll just top it off to be that cheesy kind of.
Only when he says reborn.
And at the start, kind of intro. Maybe Long Waltz fucked up at the start and then reborn. Then yeah,
Or
flash.
just Long Waltz reborn.
just flashing every now and then.
Yeah, that was cool. I
Yeah.
like that.
Did it. You made him dance fast to metal. Something we kept saying.
And now it's
I
happened.
think we said it in the other.
Yeah, we've
text
probably
as
said
well.
it every single time.
Yeah.
Not even remembering that we've said it the previous times.
Yeah. I like it. Well,
What's on the cards today?
sticking with music today, we're watching the Chris Adnam's How to Play the Didgeridoo lessons. The cool thing about Chris Adnam is he has absolutely nothing official on the internet, like that he didn't put up on the internet. Like he has no wiki.
Oh,
Or
right,
there's
so
nothing about
It's
him.
all him.
But he
All
does.
him by him.
He does have a YouTube page with 2 albums. I should have sent you one of his video clips to play. Maybe we can watch one of his video clips another time. There's something else that's interesting. But he is a painter, poet. He's been playing didgeridoo with bands ever since this, which is like 30 odd years ago or something. Since he was young, he learned how to play the didgeridoo. And he likes to call his music a didgeridoo jazz infusion. But of course, none of that,
Complicated.
so complicated. And the clips, he like does songs about Anzac Day and surfing in Australia, stuff like that. But he's so
Very Aussie.
typical
He's a
hippie
bloke.
Aussie. Yeah. I tried to talk to him on his Facebook, and I tried to talk to him. He didn't get back to me, but I was wondering if maybe we can sort it out. The 26th of March this month, I think, is a Sunday night. Would you be interested in coming to watch him play live at his own art exhibition in Torquay and get him to sign the VHS?
Yeah, maybe. All right, that could be fun.
And we can film it, and then we'll show some more stuff on like that week just to say what we've done that week,
Yeah.
sort of thing. Because yeah, he lives in Torquay.
He's a local.
He's a local. So yeah, something I was saying before we started the show, like this is kind of season 1-y, as in the people that are on the tapes that we find tend to live just down the road from us.
It's true. That's very true.
Yeah, so this is
happened
one of the, but the thing is,
Multiple times.
this wasn't found where we live. This was found on the other side of Melbourne. Another cool thing about this tape is it is signed by him. You can't see that on the overexposed, but it says to Betty. Thanks,
Oh,
from Chris Adam, 1996. It's signed in.
Gee, thanks, Betty.
No, she actually did watch it and learn how to play the didgeridoo because we have Betty's notes that she took while she was watching the video about how to pop properly. I mean, it's illegible, but it's
Great.
So,
We're gonna learn so much today.
yeah. I thought about doing a funny thing where we got like an old gift wrapper tube and playing along, but the more I looked into it, the more it seemed not really a thing that would be entertaining and more just annoying for everybody
It would
involved.
be, yeah, it would be annoying. for sure.
It would be him going by and us going.
Exactly. It would be funny at first, but I feel like after just a little while, it would be.
It would be more funny if he was doing a class and we went to, rather than just.
Yeah, I think that would be a good point. Oh no!
What? What happened? What happened?
Oh, I'm such a dumb.
What? What?
Why is
Why?
that not working?
You didn't press the button.
I did though.
Why? Why are we on both TVs?
I'm fixing it, okay?
I rock up today. He's like, "No, we're all good. We've set everything up today. You can just sit back and relax for a little bit." I'm like, "Cool."
Yeah, well, that's the typical thing with this show. Like, oh yeah, everything's working except no, it's not. Grade slow, always. We're not peaking too high.
Focus on didgeridoo, not Dingo. And a mouth organ.
There we go. That should be a nice level.
Yeah.
Mana Queen 78, welcome.
Australian Bushcraft Library intros. Awesome. We need to find some
Pretty
more
epic.
of those tapes.
It's pretty epic.
I want the one with the guy
This is
talking
a
about his
wild,
toy car that he
old
got
man.
from McDonald's.
It sounds fun.
The people who lived here didn't work at changing the land. They were changed by it.
Ooh, deep.
So the people only survived by treading softly and learning about limits. Their limits, the tribe's limits, and the absolute limits of the land. There are lessons in that our heavy-footed civilization could well start to learn.
Yeah, I came here to get a lecture, not learn didgeridoo. Popcorn? Oh, I love the intro
Oh
graphic.
yeah.
I need to learn that.
Makes me want to play 90s games.
90s game about how to play the didgeridoo.
If it exists.
G'day. I'm
G'day.
Chris
There you
Adler.
go. Ah,
I'm going to show you in the next hour how to play the didgeridoo
That's all it takes.
and also
Hour?
how to care for your instrument. Keeping
Well
the
up, Turkey
didgeridoo
now.
moist
We can
is a
maybe
very important
arrange
part
that.
of caring for your instrument.
If he gets back to me, we
I usually
probably
pour a
can
glass
arrange
of water
it.
down the throat
But
of
at the
my
moment, it seems
didgeridoo
like he's-
before I play it each session. The reason for this is it keeps the wood moist and it also clarifies the note, gives you a much clearer note. What I'll do is I'll give you two examples, one playing it whilst it's dry, the other whilst I've got water down the throat. First example. Second, I'll place it into the water and you'll notice the difference.
That water clean.
Certainly,
Yeah,
by placing
pure
water in
Australian
it,
bush water.
you'll increase the longevity
Say
of the
so.
instrument.
That bluey greeny stuff's just vitamins and minerals.
Nothing better than some moist wood. Moist wood.
Did he say the
You
phrase
see, it's a
moist
lot
wood?
cleaner.
That's something I need to write down.
If you're going
He
to buy a
talked about
didgeridoo, one of the
the wood
most
being moist.
important decisions to be made in that purchase is the size of the mouthpiece. Now the mouthpiece is very, very important because you must always hold a very strong seal to enable the drone note to be played clearly. This particular mouthpiece is the size that I choose. I've got a fairly small mouth. Between 4 to 6 centimetres I find extremely comfortable. It's no good if you're first starting off to play the didgeridoo with an enormous mouthpiece that you're struggling to hold a decent seal on. So what I would do is I would go through
Very strong seal.
various didgeridoos that are
Very
available
small
at
mouth.
that gallery
don't
or
club
a
it.
place of purchase where you are, and I would just try them out
No
gently
clubbing the seals.
and find one that actually fits and sits very comfortably on your face. This one here, which I'll show you, upon placing my mouth on it, you'll see it sits very firmly.
Beautiful.
The importance of a good seal is ultimate in the method of playing the didgeridoo.
Ultimate.
Unless we get a good seal, we don't hold a clear note. Basically what I'll do is I'll show you through this that by placing my mouth on the end of this piece of glass, it'll give you some idea of how
If it don't
you
break,
perform that perfect seal.
that guy who put the jar in his butthole.
Once you have attained a good
Getting
seal,
filthy today.
then it's important that we then move into the
Right in the posture.
first part of the technique, which
His
is
lips
developing
creating that
He's in the middle of nowhere
clean
playing with his
note.
wood.
The way to
Mouth
develop
on
a
it.
good clean note after you've found the mouthpiece that suits your particular style, I suppose, is to actually
Profanity fills.
imagine that you're inhaling and exhaling
Jeez.
air, but on the exhale, what you're actually doing is vibrating your lips, right, and keeping them vibrating whilst you're exhaling the air. The importance of the seal is because you must build up the muscles around here, around the edge of the mouth, to enable you further down the track to circular breathe. This method is simply started by exhaling air through your lips and holding that vibration. Something like this.
I'm doing it. Yeah.
Almost.
What I'm doing
We should take this
in a
tape and edit
roundabout
out
sort
all
of
the
a way
context.
is almost
so it goes
like I'm squeezing air,
All the whole
if
tape
you can imagine,
without any
through a
context.
What do you mean?
bagpipe.
Like, what do you
What I'm
want?
doing
Anything
is
to do with
taking in a breath,
didgeridoo,
small breath through
not
my
in it.
nose, exhaling the air
To make it
whilst my
about
lips are
actual
vibrating.
things, or do you just want
No,
want to
just
see
because it would be
him?
And
ridiculous
eventually
without
you'll keep that
context.
going in a circular motion once you
Don't we
develop
just light a
your
cigarette
cheeks.
right
Now,
behind the camera?
first method for developing
Nah,
those
they just
cheeks
moved
is
their
a simple
foot in the
exercise
bush.
which I call a wacka
But
wacka.
maybe.
And the wacka
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 wacka.
is as it sounds.
Oh, whacker.
Place the didgeridoo on the end of your mouth here, maintaining a firm seal. Develop a simple method, which is this one, the wacka wacka.
How come he calls it the Wacka Wacka? Shouldn't it like have a real name? Also, check out the break on that nail.
That is a pretty gnarly break there. Ouch, dude. Probably not in this situation. The snakes are probably like, what the fuck is that
it's
noise? I'm
very
out of here.
important
Yeah, they don't like the
keep
vibrations, right?
Exactly.
the outside
But if a snake
skin
does go
of
up
the
your
cheeks
didgeridoo, then you
as
blow it out
tight
like
as
this.
a drum. So whilst you're doing this whack,
We didn't
Whack.
even need the frickin' tubes. We're gonna do it
Wacka,
anyway.
Wacka, waka. You're actually developing these
Waka.
muscles around
Waka,
here,
waka.
around the edge of your mouth, and you're developing
So it's a
cheek
joke.
muscles that
And
you
the
don't
whole thing is a
normally
joke.
use.
I get it.
It takes some time. You'll find that you have to do it for half an hour, 3/4 every night. It'll ache. It'll really, really start to hurt. So when it starts to hurt,
And that's when you know you're
doing
truly
something
alive.
good towards building up those muscles in your cheeks. So what you want to
Yikes.
do is get it from a shorter whack, whack, whacker to an extended note. So you're actually lengthening the sound
Whack.
and the resonation that comes from the didgeridoo. So what you're actually doing is, whilst you're holding the note for a longer period of time, you're actually building up the strength very quickly in your cheeks. I'll give you an example of the shorter waka waka and the longer waka waka.
Waka waka. Ooh. Ooh. That about.
Art. It's an art.
Popcorn is done.
What if some indigenous person nearby being like, what the fuck? What am I
Try that at
hearing?
home. First of all, the shorter waka,
Must be.
waka, waka, waka. Then
That's what you
lengthen it.
hear.
Make
That's
the
what you
note
see when
longer.
you hear didgeridoo.
Try once again.
What's up? Let me try and say this. Baffly? I'm blind.
An iron alchemy bow. Put your glasses on.
I have glass.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, after you've done that for about half an hour, you'll really find it becomes very, very painful, as I said before, around here.
Pain
This
is
will go
good.
eventually because
How you
you'll
know you're
develop
doing
the
it right?
muscles to a degree where they're quite comfortable
Such a
with
manly
the
macho
amount of
attitude
pressure
there.
that you're putting on them. And it's when you develop this strength, it will allow you later to snatch a breath through your nose, pass it out through your mouth, expelling the air in
Right.
one continuous note. But until
Oh,
you
there
have
it
the
goes.
strength in your cheeks, you will not
He's
be
so
able to
composed
breathe.
with fly on his face.
Oh, he's an Australian. Who's out in the bush?
All right, what I'd
Waka
like
waka
you to do now
exercise. Oh no, this is an
is
exercise.
play along with me for 3 minutes
There he goes.
with the waka waka technique. Try and keep
By
up with
learning
me.
the waka
What I'll
waka
do is
technique.
vary
Exercise.
the note, length of note. So I'll do short ones, then I'll go to do some longer ones. Back to some shorter ones, back to some longer notes. So just simply play along with me.
Okay. Got a straw there.
The mouthpiece isn't big enough.
Oh yeah. I wonder if this came for free with a didgeridoo.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It does have all the parts written out in the inside. I didn't really find much about papered snow. Maybe I should look up the library.
Who knows? Maybe they still exist.
Yeah. It's funny because the last library I looked up did exist, and he was like, "Yeah, come down, take all our tapes," and then he like never talked to me again. I'm like,
That's happened a few times.
"Yeah, people seem better than just don't."
Like that business guy. It was like right at the start of COVID.
Yeah, that's why we didn't go initially, but he hasn't. Sending him.
Maybe he watched our videos. Like, oh yeah, while I'm waiting around for them to come grab my stuff.
These guys are just getting drunk and falling on the floor. isn't intelligible conversations at all.
We don't do that anymore, we swear.
We're growing. What do you call it?
Uber.
mean-
Squares.
No, I mean like we're growing as a.
Oh, watch out for upcoming
company.
titles that include
Yeah?
freshwater fishing,
Yeah, we got a bunch of those.
saltwater fishing,
We got a bunch of those.
modeling with plastic kits fishing.
What?
I'm kidding, it just says modeling with plastic kits.
I want that video.
My first horse fishing.
We've got a backing off horse video.
Fly tying masterclass 1 and 2 fishing.
We got a bunch of those squiggly as well. We watched one of the squiggly ones. I talked to him and his agent got back to me and said, "Yeah, I don't think so."
Which guy's that?
The squigglies guy who was on Rex Hunt.
Oh, right, yeah.
Probably chuck another
Dog
fishing.
breathing.
That's something else. Maybe it's dog breathing. I like how they've padded this tape out to be mainly just him blowing into a tube for half an hour.
No, I genuinely think it actually partially, like it's there. Wait, about $30.
About $30 Pythagoras. I like how it's not a real notepad, that they've stapled the bits of paper
Roll
together.
your tongue.
Starfish.
This is definitely the sort of person who really, really, really wanted to learn the Didgeridoos.
Yeah.
Wonder if they
Is
did.
that some
Next
numbers?
component
I didn't actually look through it.
after
I
the
thought it was
Waka
just-
Waka
Yeah, it is.
technique
What's
to
that?
develop
Burke's
it
backyard.
further is
Yeah,
What?
Burke's backyard's phone number.
Hey, we
I'll
can
have to
talk
bring
to
him back.
Berkey
and by
boy.
incorporating a sound
Big old
with
Burke.
the Waka Waka technique.
Uh,
What we're actually
feed
doing is
me.
twofold. In the first instance, we're developing a new sound,
that Burke,
which
is
of
it?
course is
No.
exercising our voice box. The
that
second
guy with
is
the beard.
we're clarifying the note.
Gardening
Yeah.
in Australia.
The note
Not
we're
the
actually
modern
developing
guy with the big
through
bushy
the
beard.
Waka Waka technique.
The
He was
older
from
guy.
Channel
sound
31, wasn't he?
Yeah, I
is
think so.
actually a little like
On
this.
SBS for a while.
It is performed by actually vibrating your tongue on the roof of your mouth. It's a bit like grrr, grrr, grrr,
Look at all those
That
ticks.
note, that sound, is developed by rattling your tongue on the roof of your mouth, just behind your teeth. And by rattling that sound, you're exercising the voice box. So what we're going to do is combine that sound that I've just shown
I
you,
need my voice
with
box to be
the
exercised.
Waka Waka technique, which I showed you
I don't
before.
like talking.
What if it's got demons in?
Stay there.
See, there's different synesthesias for the different sounds.
Bump. Bump.
Growl.
Try that for yourself at home.
Metal bands, huh?
All right, once again,
Big note.
Waka Waka technique.
Art
Squeeze
is
the cheeks,
born.
keep them filled with air, expel the air, and at the same time create the rattle or the growling effect. Grrr, grrr. So it's grrr, grrr,
What?
grrr, grrr. I'll give you a demonstration that you
Please.
can follow and develop at the same time those two elements.
Doing the same shit again.
Oh He's teaching us the didgeridoo. This is an exercise video. I didn't know that. Should have kept it for exercise.
That'd have been the worst.
Yeah, because how much would it have cost me to get the equipment?
Yeah.
I have no idea how much a didgeridoo goes for. I'll be less than $100.
Surely not cheap.
Maybe we can make our own by chopping down a tree and putting it on top of it. Termite man. That's how they're made, right?
I have no fucking idea.
Oh, well, actually, this guy was consultant on one of those episodes that they went into the bush and talked to people about making didgeridoos.
Yeah, so he would know.
He would know. But he didn't appear on the episode. He was just boasting that he was a consultant. I'm like, this guy should be famous as Part 3. The reed note.
As you
Okay.
can see from that last method, I've taught you how to develop the vocal as well as
You mean the
developing
didgeridoo?
your
What's it
cheek
actually used
to
for?
enable you to
I think
pass
it's
that
just
air
spirit,
out.
just music, yeah.
Yeah.
What we'd
I
like
don't think
to do
they
now
had any
is
real purpose aside
accentuate
from
on
Well,
the
it
ritual.
probably
tongue,
had
a little bit
some
of the
ritual
tongue
stuff going
in the
on.
last
and-
method
Storytelling.
in that.
Yeah.
'cause
They
we've
like
got the
to
tongue
say
rattling
that a lot
on
of
the
those
top
noises that
of the
they
roof of
make
the mouth.
represent the different
What
animals
we'll
of
do
the
now
bush,
is
and a lot
we'll
of their
develop what's called a reed
religion-y
note.
thing, the
Now the reed
Dreamtime
note is very
stories are
important
about
because it tightens
spirits
the
of the bush or
sound.
the animals.
The
So
reed note
they
is
tell stories
developed
with the songs.
from actually
At least
placing
that's
the
what I
tongue
remember being told in
just
primary school.
behind the teeth,
Yeah. The only problem with that is,
fairly straight.
like,
It's,
so there's
by the time
front
I was in school,
teeth.
it still hadn't, like,
The
become a
tongue
whole,
comes in
like,
just behind the front
we invaded
teeth
the
there
country. It was still
and
we came
almost
here,
blocks off the passage of air
and we
being
moved in,
expelled
and it was
in the
nice and
mouth.
friendly.
yeah.
So what I'm going to do is give you
So-
a demonstration with no tongue
You know.
and then creating the reed effect by having the tongue just behind the front teeth. Let me give you a demonstration
Unsee
now
that finger
of
damage.
creating that
Fingernail.
reed effect that I've just been talking about.
I think I missed that. Can you do that? Blech. Is this? Missed it. Something about sticking your tongue out.
He's probably going to spend
What
5
you'll
minutes
also
going.
notice is that I'm actually pulling these muscles in here as well
Like this?
as to tighten up that note. So what I'm actually doing on top of that as well is pulling in the edges of my mouth
We need that
whilst I'm
facial
squeezing
workout tape.
with that wacka wacka technique. Watch again, just simply. Full cheeks, expulsion of air, then I actually tighten my mouth in here, okay?
Okay. First combination exercise.
What I'd like to do now in this next demonstration is incorporate all three of those
All
methods
three?
that I've given you.
All three.
So that's the growling
Don't cost
effect
a thing.
with the rattling of the tongue, the cheek exercise, and
Cheek.
the reed component, which is towards the front of the teeth, straight and just behind the front teeth.
Now, teeth are workout here.
Play along with me at home
Okay.
and we'll develop all these components together.
That one didn't go quite so smoothly. fucking get it. They can rewind if they need to do it again.
No, we have to watch them do it. It's an exercise. I thought it was a learn how to do the didgeridoo. It's an exercise along take. Wasn't the Casio one like this as well? You just had to sit and just press the buttons. I liked that thing.
But from memory, it was very much you can press this button and it makes music for you.
Yeah, but the bits I liked was the whole family playing on all the different,
The ads in
things.
between, yeah.
Yeah, that.
Atmospheric.
I'm trying to zoom out. They got cranes set up.
No, they don't.
This is my favorite song. Guys.
Good song.
Is that right?
I don't even know. Just think of how many of the apostles have fallen since this video was.
It's no apostles anymore.
That's what I mean.
The cough?
Okay, now
Oh, we're good at
we've
that
done
one.
the vocal, we've done
Hidaki.
the reed, and we've done the cheek exercise, incorporating also the tongue and the vibration of the tongue. The next very important component is the chest. The chest helps you
Kitties?
accentuate the note. All right? The way to develop the chest
Alright.
is simply by a
Oh.
method which I call the coughing method. Now the coughing method is simply as it sounds. Right? What we're doing is we're accentuating that cough and in turn
Good at it.
It's like a stoner laughing.
lengthening the dynamic of the note. What
Yeah,
I'll
but
do
it could
is
totally
give you
go
a
in there.
demonstration, but try at home just once again using your chest with the coughing technique.
Use your titties.
You can feel your chest expanding. What you do is then transfer that into the didgeridoo whilst you're actually playing the note.
So you already got to do the finger.
Coughing and spluttering.
Just point it
Try that
downwards,
again.
buddy.
Expanding on the chest in a coughing motion.
I don't know why you bother dipping it in water when it's gonna be fucking soaked with all your fucking mucus and shit anyway.
Yeah.
Hey.
Second combination exercise.
What
Your
I'd like
favorite
to
bit?
do
The
is
exercise.
incorporate into what I've shown you so far a piece of music which I've written, which incorporates all of those things that we've talked about, which is the
Ooh.
vocal, the reeds, the tongue work,
So not an
and the
exercise.
cheeks, as well as the
Music
chest.
video.
So what I'll do is I'll break them up and give you something to practice on at home.
What's the note doing? It's flipping around. What's that wee bit? He didn't teach us how to do that bit.
I will say it is starting to take the form of actual music now.
Yeah. was in time.
Who knows what's up?
Yeah.
It's a song passed down through generations of magpies. They don't forget those fuckers.
Nope.
And they just need the straight out of Shepparton guys to come and rap over the top.
What?
Straight out of Shepparton.
Straight out of ship. You mean those guys from Forest Edge Tape where they were like, everybody should just come up and learn how to
What I've
freestyle,
actually
and then
done
they're just like, yeah,
as well, that
Yeah.
we'll move into now, is combine circular
No,
breathing
like-
in that.
really bad. Couldn't
And it's when
freestyle
you
'cause
have
there
the
was nothing in their
combination
head
of
except
circular
for,
breathing
"Ugh,
and
Jesus."
incorporated those
He's
techniques
great.
that I've shown you
Yeah.
and those methods
He's
that you come
totally
up
our mate.
with a piece of music that is appealing not
great.
only to yourself but also to those around you.
I was looking back through that tape, and like, yeah, that bit is just so hard to
Circular
watch.
breathing.
You know what?
This
Rest of it
on
around
its
it.
own is singularly
We've still
The
got, I
most
think, the
important
dual audio version,
technique
right? When we first got drunk
that
and
you
watched
need
it.
Yeah.
playing the didgeridoo to complete the song.
Ooh, he's
I'll
got
show
a
you
new
a small
didgeridoo.
example of what I mean.
Now we should learn how to do that.
Circular breathing is attained by combining the inhaled breath and the exhaled breath, and the combination between both of those, the muscles in your cheeks must coincide with the breath coming in through your nose. By building your cheeks up, what you actually do is develop the strength to be able to squeeze that air through at a rate which enables the note to continue once you've taken a breath through your nose. So it completes this cycle.
Just learn how to breathe through
thrown
your
that.
ears instead.
Yeah.
What I'll
Or your
do is I'll
butthole.
give you an example of the method which I found is the
Shouldn't learn
easiest
how to do that.
attain
That's why a lot
circular
of people
breathing.
snore.
This method is to quickly
Others
snatch
up.
a breath through the nostrils whilst your cheeks are expelled, so they're at their full width. Try and snatch a breath through there and then pass that through. I'll show you an
Gimme.
example.
Snatch it.
Off the butcher and back onto the pineapples.
You see what's happening there? I'm snatching a breath in through my nose, bringing it round into my mouth, and then with my cheeks controlling that so that that pocket of air that has been brought into the roof of my mouth, I'm then squeezing out and expelling that air whilst I'm keeping my lips vibrating. Unless you keep the lips vibrating as well as inhaling the air, then obviously you don't have the sound. So we'll try that again for you at home. Snatch a breath whilst the cheeks are at their full width.
would be exhausting. No idea if you're doing it right because you don't have a didgeridoo.
Nah,
Hence the didgeridon't.
didgeridoo. Yeah, fire. The overtone. Don't take that overtone with me. It's not what you say,
One
it's
of
your
the,
overtone.
Other methods that I'd like to teach you too, which is very important in the overall playing of the didgeridoo, is the overtone. Now the overtone is actually a half note. So what you're actually going to do is send the note halfway
more into
down
those
the
three-quarter
instrument and actually make it reverb against itself. This particular didgeridoo I've chosen to do the overtone because of its shape and size. It produces a very good overtone note. Now the technique for actually producing the overtone comes from almost creating a trumpet-like effect with your mouth. So just as a trumpeter would play a very tight note here, what you're actually doing is creating as small a hole as possible and forcing the air down the tube, but actually directed towards the roof of the didgeridoo. So instead of playing that note directly down the middle, what you're going to do is tighten it up by pulling your chin in here and actually bringing your top lip forward and your bottom lip under a little bit, sort of like, and spit
Too much.
the
Too
note
much.
out through a very, very, very small hole. So you make that hole, that passage or the place where the air exits, as small as possible and actually spit that note out. So what you're doing is going. At the same time as forcing that air out, you're bringing your tongue up and directing your tongue towards the opening of your mouth. All right, so where the air is coming out, your tongue is actually forcing that air into the roof of the didgeridoo. I'll give you a demonstration, and I'll do that into the didgeridoo. Normal drone note, the tightened drone note. Notice how I'm actually pulling in my cheeks here and tightening my mouth surround. So by tightening my mouth surround and directing that expelled air towards the roof of the didgeridoo.
Like that sound.
So by tightening that to a degree that you're actually continuing the note through circular breathing is a very, very difficult thing to do. But with practice, that overtone, you should be able to hold that for about half a minute. And this is a very good way to do it, is to go from your drone note up to your overtone, and then whilst you're getting your overtone, then try and hold it. Back to the drone note again. Try again.
End of tape.
Finished. What you do over a period of time is you keep at that, keep tightening that particular technique until you can hold it for at least half a minute. If you can hold it for about half a minute, then you're doing extremely well, number one. Number two, that can dramatically affect the tune that you produce from here.
Overtone
I'll give you a
exercise.
tune which incorporates the overtone note into the drone.
Hey, where's our synesthesia again? Come on, put it back up. Just not gonna put the drone synesthesia up anymore. Yeah. You think people overseas see the didgeridoo kind of like how we see the bagpipes?
No.
You don't
Yeah,
think it is as annoying as the
It's
bagpipes?
more, I think, that people put more
Now you
weight
see
in the
how I've
bagpipes.
extended
Legitimate
that
instrument.
note
I think a
by
lot
bringing
of
in the
people
half note
overseas
or
don't
the
really
overtone
understand that, yes, it
and
actually
giving
is a
that
genuine
a
instrument.
dynamic. So I've actually increased the dynamic of the note by
As
cutting it
opposed
in
to,
half
you know,
or producing an overtone.
every fucking
And as you get
ridiculous
faster
army
and faster
band
and faster,
has a fucking
what ends up
bagpipe
happening is
rounding out
you
everything
lose
except for the drums.
your cheeks, and then you return to your stomach.
You lose your cheeks and to your stomach.
All gone. No more cheeks forever.
Oh,
Let me check under the couch.
last time you got up, you just went down again. Animations?
Moving from
Animation.
circular
The
breathing,
titles. Now I'm
once
going
we
to teach you
attain
how I made those
circular breathing,
titles.
Nice.
what we then can do is bring some animation into the tune that you've developed. Animation is
Oh, I love
and should
birdies.
correspond
They're the ones that
with
come
your
to my
particular
house.
place.
Yeah,
No
there's a
matter
bunch
where
of them
you
out
are
here
in
as
the
well.
world,
15 of them in our
listen
backyard.
for what's around you. Listen to the birds, listen to the animals. That is your animation, and that is the strength and certainly the individuality with the didgeridoo. Because once you develop your own animation by listening, then you develop your own sound.
I'm
My
not quite sure
animation
what he's
comes
talking
from
about
birds,
anymore.
in particular, in my particular area, in this magnificent country here. What I'm going to do is give you an example of some of the birds that are in my particular area. The first one is a crow, and the second one I will do is a kookaburra.
Okay.
Righto.
Now do the kookaburra.
As you wish.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good. I don't know about the drawing though. Crow wasn't so bad.
Only the colour's slightly off.
Invert.
Remember the car broke down. Can you
What?
hear the spluttering?
Now you're putting your own animation onto it.
Yeah, I know, right? Not natural ones, though. I'm industrializing it.
Yeah, but then we can like bring it back and just say it's a lyrebird.
Those two examples are simply
So
defined by me
now do a
sitting
koala.
and listening. You may have others. Where you
It's just
come
the
from.
growling
It's a
technique.
case of sitting down, listening
What?
to how that bird makes its song and then incorporating it, if you can, into the didgeridoo. Other animals that we have in Australia, the dingo. The dingo sounds a little bit like this. It's a very much a long drawn out note, which is a case of using the vocal
I don't know what dingo
and then
is.
incorporating a short bark. At
I
the
don't
end
think
of
I've
it.
ever heard one. I've visited and cuddled two different types because there's a long hair variety and short hair. I've cuddled both of them, northern and the southern dingoes, but neither of them really talked to.
We don't have much to say.
No.
They like to howl. They're not really balky boys.
The owl that you often hear at night around here
Big frog mouth.
is a very unusual sound. It's sort of like a and you can actually incorporate that by using the vocal as well as keeping the vibrating note moving.
Do it. Vibrate that note.
I like how we've gotten so complicated now that he can't teach us anymore. It's just like, just make funny noises down there.
Try and copy what you hear in nature.
All right, the next sound I'll do for you is a favourite, particularly to people living in Australia because it's our national symbol. It's the kangaroo. And the kangaroo hops along like this, up and down and up
You're
and
gonna make
down.
it go
The
boing.
way you can actually make that
Yeah.
sound
It's
is by
amazing how they
flicking
do sound
your
like they go
tongue on the
boing.
roof of your mouth whilst you're playing
Every
the
time
note.
they jump.
So you actually
Now do the sound of someone climbing into the pouch.
Ding,
Ew.
ding, 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 ding. All right, by flicking that da, da, on the top, da, da, up there, you actually make this.
Down to the spirits
really
of the
hussy
swagmans that are drowned in the billabongs.
I'll give you a demonstration.
I'd like to make fun and say down to the bunyip, but I think there is an official didgeridoo bunyip sound.
I would imagine there is. I imagine there's multiple different ones.
I think one day, on either this show or the Saturday show, we should watch Dot and the Bunyip. It's really creepy. We actually have one of the Dot names. It's
You
not
stay
that
away
one.
from me, puppy. You're distracted.
I suppose he's not going boing, he's going.
True.
The last animation that I will do
Nation.
is a
Frog.
bird that's probably one of my favourites, called the brolga.
Ooh,
And the brolga is a
Bullfrog's
very colourful bird with long stick-like legs that lives in the swamps and around the wetlands areas, particularly in the north of Australia.
I saw a Brolga do a mating dance.
It makes a very unusual sound. It's almost like a like this.
Like a pigeon.
So to do that, you're incorporating
it's
that
not.
sound that I gave you before,
And
which
a
is
big
the
old pigeon.
at the top, with a slight tightening
What about ibis? We
of
call
the
those
cheeks
binging.
in here, whilst you're passing that air through. So
That's
you're
where they hang out.
running your tongue
Bin
along the
chicken.
top, making that grrr sound,
Yeah.
but you're tightening it by bringing your
Bins.
cheeks in here.
That's
So
right.
once you
These to
play
show up
that,
to
It gives quite
like
a nice
my
effect.
work.
Yeah.
Alright.
And eat all the Ben and Jerry's.
I'd leave all the the bins open. They could just get in there because I didn't give it.
I call my Rosella's chickens when they tell the salmon I'm gonna go out and feed them.
I'm gonna feed the chicken.
I'm gonna feed the chickens.
You're not a chicken. You're a puppy. It looks like an ostrich. Like an emu.
It does have long legs and a long neck.
I imagine it's from that same
For this
family.
particular demonstration, what I'd like to do is incorporate all of those techniques and methods that I've shown
I'm
you
not-
earlier in the program.
I was
into
never a
one
fan.
particular
I'm just
tune.
not really into sweet food that
With this
much.
incorporation, what I would like to bring in is the chest, the
So I don't really
vocal,
know.
the reed, the bar,
Down here in Australia,
the
if
kookaburra,
well, where
the
we are
boomerang,
specifically, we have a
crow,
place
the
called
kangaroo,
Cold Rock ice cream. If I
and
was
some
ever
of my
gonna
own
want ice cream, it would be there.
which I've put in.
Hey, Zector's
This
here.
will
What's
give
up,
you something to
Zector?
practice
Hey,
on at
and
home. I'll separate
basically,
them
instead
all
of dealing with
so
whatever
they're quite
flavor
clear
they
and
wanted to
concise.
sell you, you just get ice
And
cream,
although
and they
at
put it on a
first you
cold
may
rock,
not
and they
be
say,
able to
"What do you
keep
want
up
in it?"
with
And they got like a
what I'm
big
actually
load
saying,
of ingredients, and they
in
smash
time
up
you
and make
will,
you
as
an ice cream.
develop
So,
each one of these methods,
what's the point of being sold
grow
something with Jimmy
stronger
Fallon's
towards
face on it when you can have
completing your own
exactly what you
soul.
want?
I'll give you a
And then again, I also don't want ice cream.
Yeah, just give me some sketty.
Maybe we can put some sketty into the ice cream on a cold.
Sketty ice cream?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had much of a sweet tooth, honestly. I'm not about that life.
I had one, but it's gone. It was, yeah.
Mine was here. Yes. And it didn't want to come out. Had to saw it in half. Long way.
In like,
And I got dry socket.
yeah.
That wasn't fun either. Though when Creed recently got it, I was like, I'm so sorry, man. That sucks.
You didn't teach us the snake. That's new.
He just felt like doing it.
He's freestyling now.
Yeah, he's inviting you to freestyle too.
Suppose it's his video.
He does what he wants.
He does what he wants.
He's a pro.
Yeah, he is.
He's not even in a tribe. He just knows how.
Do you think he's the type of person that would get impressed or annoyed when we go ask him to sign our tape?
I don't know. He seems like the kind of person to be like, "Oh wow, you have this." I don't think he'd put too much thought into it. It's still.
Ah! No, I'm trying to do the didgeridoo without a didgeridoo.
He seems very chill. Like, I don't imagine it'll be one of those things where he's like, "Oh, that's amazing," and like have a huge conversation about it. I think it would be more just like, "Oh, thank you for coming to my
Art exhibition
Art
where there's
exhibition.
also music, but I'm gonna go surfing now.
yeah, something like that." Something like that. Yeah, that's what we would get from it. Which would be kind of cool anyway.
Yeah.
Still relevant to the show, right?
Yeah.
And then when we get famous, we can give it away in a raffle.
The funny thing is, we're getting him to sign the cover if I can, but it's already signed on the tape.
That would be a funny thing to do. Can you sign up? The cover.
Oh, you already signed it here. Okay.
Can we cross her name out and put our name in?
Ooh. Sorry, Betty.
Wouldn't it be crazy if, like, she was there?
That's my tape.
Like, someone who, like, she's just become someone who's good friends with him, and it's like, "Oh, Betty, look!"
This is your tape. Yeah, okay, we'll bring it up. If he's in a talking mood, we'll bring it up.
Look at the scenery. All that scenery.
Oh, it's graphic.
Graphic.
Part 8. The stomach.
The stomach. The stomach is equally as hard to master as the chest or the vocal exercises. The stomach is a very important component in the overall playing of the didgeridoo. Eventually what happens in time, after an immense period
Can't see it
of
any.
experimentation and certainly good tutorial, you will then start to lose your cheeks. So they don't play such an important role in the
Lose
development
your
of that note.
cheeks.
They're still there to back you up.
Did you
But what
check
actually
behind the
happens
couch?
is your stomach control or your stomach muscles aid you in
For this one, you need to take your
actually
top off.
bringing that note forward.
Important. It's just a hot day, and he's like, you know, fuck this.
The value of playing with the stomach is it then permits us to produce a
play with
strong
the
beat. The tongue stays very flat. In fact, it's parallel with the roof of the mouth.
Bud.
The tip of the tongue is firmly centered in the exit point.
It's
of the
definitely an
mouth's
artist's
tightened
spot.
outlet,
Like,
sort of like a pinhead hole.
Yeah, not so much like masterly, but also not very well nourished.
exactly. He spends more of his
As
time
your cheeks are not
contemplating
being used,
art
they are flat,
than he
and
does
the energy is
sustaining
concentrated
his
on the
existence.
stomach muscles and the throat to squeeze a very thin passage of air upwards whilst inhaling through the nostrils at very short intervals.
I think we just talked through the most how to actually use your stomach.
Well, good thing that if you head over to the YouTube channel, this whole video without us talking over it will also be uploaded there.
Yeah.
An advanced
Eventually.
player should have
One
very
day.
little cheek
Oh wait, no,
movement,
yeah, this one already is, yeah.
and there should be a minimal snorting of air sound to be heard from the nostrils.
Oink, oink. Now do a pig. Now do the Tasmanian tiger. Rip thylacine.
This land is our time, it's our past and our future.
Amen to that, brother.
We run
Yes.
and jangle over it in a dream of immortality. But in the longer view, we don't have the substance of a grain of sand.
Fuck you what, mate?
That's deep. Good old damn mosquitoes.
Unless we eat a grain of sand. Then we're slightly more than Alright, Chester. You agree with No? Yes? Pretend you said.
The imagery. Pow, pow, pow. Pow, pow, pow. I'm glad we learned how to play Didgeridoo. Now we can call ourselves real Australians.
Yeah, Dingo Aussies.
True blue
Aussie battler.
Aussie battler. Yeah. Real down on the dudes.
Down under deeds. Hey, Tony. Good stuff too.
Yeah, can't wait to watch one of your other Bookcraft library shows. That's it.
We made it.
We learnt.
We survived.
Now we know all about it. Mm-hmm. Closing remarks
Closing remarks. I don't know. Do you have anything to say? Anything to add?
about Didgeridoos? Not really. Did you ever do that thing in school where they taught you and someone tried to teach you how to play Didgeridoo and all the kids slobbered on the same computer or through the boomerang or something?
I don't really remember. Yeah, I don't really have very next tape.
My next tape. Used to do that. Went too long. Next week. Come back.
Yeah, next week. What's on the cards?
Just look. Let's see, we've got. Oh, we got a tape about how to do makeup for photography.
Oh God.
Yep. And I'm cutting something kind of special together for that. But
Brilliant.
I was kind of think I should send Sky over to just film it and put it in feed, but he's busy.
That's all right. One day we'll get Skylar to come and hang out.
Yeah, one day. I do have a trucking video. Could be well. His interests. Yeah. But yes, next week is makeup, and then the week after it's the Irish Heritage Patrick. Found something very interesting to watch. The fact that what I wanted to watch turned out to be a bust.
St. Patrick's Day special. All
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, we got to wear green. Got green?
I have, yeah.
I got green too. You bought it for me.
I got green skulls.
I got green bats. We'll do that. Next week, makeup for photography. I thought I'd have to find a second video to go with it, but it's basically a static camera for like 55 minutes as somebody sits there getting their makeup done.
Yeah, that's gonna be exhausting.
But it's also gonna be funny to watch her sit there.
For a whole hour.
And I like that haircut video. Maybe I should bring that just in case we have Manu yelling at us for another tape, because that's only like 10-15.
Remember, honestly, I remember it being pretty long, but
Oh,
I might be wrong.
maybe not.
It might have just felt long.
It feels long because the kid doesn't done. Okay. And yeah. Well, get in touch with you about grabbing some tickets and dates and going to see that guy live
Mm-hmm.
and his artwork down in
Lots of pictures
we'll
and
do
videos
vlogs.
and
vlog. Vlogging is a thing.
I guess so.
VHS vlogging. I should start vlogging whenever I go.
Why not?
Yeah. Chuck it up on the channel. Really convince YouTube that we're not just pirates.
We are though.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's absolutely our
as
thing.
soon as we get like that tick check to say we can earn revenue and
You got
put our
the D for V.
t-shirts.
I can do another button if you like.
soon as we get that check mark to say we can show our t-shirts
go,
on
one more.
streams
Get
and
one
stuff
more.
like that,
There you go. You get
we're going straight back to
you get to
uploading
see the-
ads
belly button.
and segments of news. Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. Saturday, we're watching. Gonna keep the Australian theme. We're watching a movie, an Australian movie about a ambulance driver punk rocker who takes an old lady on a trip across Victoria.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. I have a special guest for that. You have to tune in to see who it is. It's no one we've had on yet.
I
Yeah,
don't even think I know who it is.
you don't. Not yet. You'll have to wait. Change your Ego Live notification again.
And we changed that for like 5 years. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? Different now.
Yeah, ruined your life.
And he yelled at me because I put gibberish in there. Like, I don't want to do stuff.
All good. All right, I'm ready.
All right, let's call it there. Thanks for watching, everybody.
See you, Tara.
Appreciate you all. See you next time. And I'll remember to actually mute the mic.